This is more service. That's
This one's so
more now, I'm better.
So very soon, Ashanti region and Kumasi in particular would be a major point for the supply of power. And so, Minister, if you see us here, we cannot enter this region without calling on the landlord of the region, without calling on the governor. So we thought that this should be the first point of call. But we are your hands. So whatever you decide for us, we are okay with that. Thank you very much. From here.
And we want to appreciate your sense of urgency with regards to helping us solve this ongoing power problem in the region. For some few weeks, if I may, maybe some months, we've been having this erratic power supply. Others have blamed it on sabotage, others have blamed it on a lot of reasons. But the last time I met with the ECG and the power sector players, what I noticed was that there was a communication gap between what they are doing and making that information available to the public. In times where there is even planned maintenance, you hardly get to hear of it. And the only thing you realize is that your power is taken without recourse to anything. So I met them and I encouraged them that as much as possible, communication is part of the work. So if there is a challenge, let us know so that we can help you to be able to resolve it. Formally, they've not been complaining about any problems. And I'm thankful that you are letting us know that it's been as far back as December, they were shedding over 750 megawatts of power. I think that if this is known to the public and they are aware of the steps we are taking to resolving same, they will be understanding so far as the issues are concerned so that they will know what is ahead of us and how we are working to make sure we resolve same. Yesterday was epic because it was almost all over the districts and municipalities. So I had a lot of complaints from most of the communities. In some instances, it goes off a minute and after 5 minutes or 3 minutes, it comes back on. And that aspect actually damages a lot of the electrical appliance. So if there's a major fault, it's better you put it off for some hours, fix it before you put it back on. And while doing that, you have to let the public be aware. Thankfully, just in the night, you are implementing the 24-hour economy in your ministry as well. You indicated that you'll be here so that together we can be on the field and then look at the situation and see how best we can stabilize the energy sector within the region. So welcome once again. We are here to make sure that your sector and everything regarding energy in the region is brought back to life. We believe and we know that you are in to solve the problems. And once you are here, I'll dedicate the rest of my time. I will schedule all other meetings because I would want you to be on the field to appreciate some of the situations so we can also equally engage all the other stakeholders on the field and then be able to help them in solving this problem in the shortest possible time. So once again, thank you for calling on us. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making yourself available to serve Madagana Once in the region, definitely you have to go and pay homage to His Royal Majesty Otumfuo. You are part of the region because you grew up in Mampo, you and your brother. So you are my home man. So we would go to Menshia and then give some assurances to His Royal Majesty and also thank him for his support and his prayers in making sure that you get to where you are, and also let him know the commitment we are making so far as resolving this problem is concerned. So once again, welcome, and from here we move straight to Menshia, then we'll continue with our trip. Thank you very much.
Minister, okay, here. No, I say, see, I know shit. I know shit.
Your mama administration. And now we do Kumasi in our back room. Look at Chelsea. We are serious on Babu Mine. Serious. Are they far from here? No, COVID, they are all within the same church. So we do that and then okay. Oh, then we'll keep
Aye.
everything. There might be 5 days or otherwise, we might think that I can go
Nah, this one. Yeah,
And it came to eliminate the other one, which has had a good job. That was 66 MBA. We have replaced it with 145. So previously, the total capacity at this station is 1923. With the installation of 145, now we have 200 from 19 to 27. An increase of about 70%. That is the transformation that has happened. So what does that mean? What it means is that ECG now can put an additional 70 megawatts for these stations also. The Ameri power plant is just that's very clear. Now, okay.
It's not that scary.
First begin the evacuation of the generation we constructed with double sectors line of dead. Currently, there are 6 machines installed about 1. You're supposed to have 10 Italian. The line, each of the lines can carry more than 3 megawatts. But we intentionally build a double one to ensure that exactly. So should any go out for me and the other one will get with
So the American ones, the remaining 4, when do you estimate that will be done with them? September end, you should be done with that. And are you on course?
what would that mean for even at this time, number one?
Actually, for the country, where it's an interconnected site. What happens is that now Kumasi is becoming another stronghold for power generation. Formerly, Kumasi was just absorbed. Now Kumasi is going to be a generation source.
We're going to have like 3 generations.
So yeah, so you have So now we have the coast, west is, and we have now we have Kumasi. Because on the other side will be Axel and Senate. All will be evacuated from here on the 370.
Assuming you have access to 370.
That's
So if you have access ready, you have Senate ready, can your current transformers be able to evacuate all the power, or you must be doing something for the anticipation of that?
The plan that we anticipated was that the demand in Kumasi might not match up to the total demand. So intentionally, we are evacuating them through the created also to reduce the cost of connection because the line that traverses the free. So that any excess power will then flow on the grid. Any modification where
And we can export from here.
export.
So Burkina, the minister visited us last week. We even went to Namrongo. He asked him that if we can give them 200 megawatts, which means that there is the opportunity to export more power. But then we have to get our system right so that we see the local demand and export the rest.
And at the rate side also we have about 4 capacity. So if you add both stations together, you are talking about 540 megawatts capacity. Any power, assuming there's no problem in implement, to be able to meet the peak demand. The challenge we had was one of the transformers, which we mentioned one of them. Don't have to solve. We are working together. So by evening, we should have full complement.
Thank you. We will take a look at
So, how will we go?
We have to go by 10.
when we come back, On my side. On my side. 205 megawatts. There's always 50%. Yeah, we are using 50%. That's always possible. Yeah, it's always on and Senate also will Senate will how many megawatts? So remind me, all right. Yeah, when we get my blood test. But I need to write only tomorrow so that we can take it easy. Yeah, no, I want to do it. I'll do that. Of course I can. It's good. So you're becoming a reliable partner.
You're right. So what about the gas connection? Gas connection?
2 weeks time.
So you connect gas with gas. Not close. I mean,
who provides the government? Fuel responsibility on our side. You buy from here. Be okay. I want to have an idea. You can see our machines. Yeah, but my issue is when they are ready. That's a good idea. So I don't even do a remote. That would be Oh, you. There is no gas. Don't have any secondary. In the West, which means you consume another 30. You see my point? So my worry is that you don't think that you're going to have standard plants here. All of them power. No, you're assuming you've stopped sending gas to 10. Currently, you are doing about 55. Let's assume you don't send the 65. Put the 65 there. When T3 comes, to reduce the 65. So what we need to do is when we go back, we need to do all the simulation. and find out whether you need to bring more plants here, knowing that you cannot bring fuel, liquid fuel here. You get it? If you are the coast and you don't have gas, you can easily switch to liquid. But then if you put the plants here, and then the pipeline, the Genser pipeline, what's the money cost?
The infrastructure here is 300 MS. Maximum. I think it's a 24 inch.
Yeah. You can put it there. Yeah. Okay. So then the pipeline is right there. Okay. Okay. Keep in your hands.
You're welcome, sir. Our presentation
No,
Honorable, this is the first frame line that has come for the 330 megawatt combined cycle. Frame line. There's another one that's going to be completed. And then the combined cycle is going to be. So this is when we came, this land was a marshy area, so we had to do a lot of work there. And that is why, but we've decided that while we are still doing the land preparation, we will start building. We will not wait to complete the land preparation before we start building, so that we can bring on capacity to the country as soon as possible. That's
the simple cycle mode. How many megawatts are you each?
100.
So then the combined is
300. Yeah.
And when do you estimate that first power will be delivered?
We think by the end of Q3.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, we want to be aggressive. And that's why we're doing all this maintenance. We're doing the land prep, as you can see, and we are also doing the construction.
So please clarify the honorable. Q3 means total 300 or
No, first.
I'm sure they will start in a simple cycle before they eventually
goes to combat. And that helps us also manage the gas.
Yeah. But the gas there, even in combined cycle, there's no difference.
No, we're just saying in phases, so it can help the country
like
bring
phase
on more
one.
gas. Yes.
But you need a 2 phases before you can do the combined cycle.
Yes.
Okay. We're here to see what's happening.
You're welcome.
So thank you very much.
We'll continue to knock on your doors for support. And the ministry has been very supportive.
So are you the one managing the one in Tema?
Yes.
What's the problem with the one?
There's no problem, sir. It's just few. Yes, we're running. Yes, we're running. Yeah. We were dispatched last time.
You consume only gas now.
Yes.
Can you retrofit it?
Yes, we can.
It's
It's all in the
So currently we get liquid
We just have to retool our balance before treatment plant. But the tank is there.
I'm saying so because of the September problem we anticipate, so that we can put them already. And we're breaking
Yes. So we're engaging.
Yeah. This is just fast track. How long does it normally take?
The retool in less than 1 month. If you get the OEM to come, so they should too.
Just to introduce you, the plant is beautiful. This is Hasma Technical Service. We are fully local.
Beautiful. That's good news.
Yes.
Madam, nice meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So he actually did. We're involved in
That's right. That's right. Then we have to depend on them going forward for all your. Thank you. Friend and comrade, Dr. Ashanti Regional Minister, for receiving us. As you have seen for yourself, we are here to inspect for ourselves progress made to ensure that we have stable, reliable supply and delivery of power to the Kumasi enclave, Ashanti region, and the whole nation in general. What you are seeing here is a completion of a 145 MVA transmission supply point. This BSP would greatly improve power delivery within the Kumasi enclave because it replaces the old one, which is 66 MVA. So what it means is that this transformer is more than double the capacity of the existing transformer. Because the demand and growth for electricity has been increasing, the power supply situation in the Kumasi enclave has been very erratic for several months now. So with the completion of this transformer, we would see a remarkable improvement as far as power delivery is concerned. It is true that the power system we inherited is very fragile and quite weak. Indeed, the records will testify that throughout last year, every month there was load shedding. In fact, as of December, load shedding went as much as 750 megawatts. And so there's a lot of work that ought to be done to stabilize the situation. I'm happy to announce that so far, the supply situation has been stable and we are able to export some excess amount of power. But there's still more work to be done. Beyond generating the power, you have to evacuate it, you have to transmit it, and you have to distribute it. And so we are working around the clock to ensure that we address this challenge and ultimately ensure that we have very, very reliable supply and delivery of power. Let me commend Gridco for completing this transformer. It's going to play a very, very significant role as far as power delivery is concerned. What we witnessed over the past 2 days has to do with the fact that when you are switching from one transformer to the other, you will have some few challenges. And so let me assure the people of Kumasi that that problem has been resolved. And we look forward to a very, very improved delivery of power. Once again, let me thank the regional minister. Let me thank the VRA chief executive. Let me thank the ECG chief executive. And let me thank the Gridco chief executive for accompanying us and working around the clock to address the challenges. It will not end in Kumasi. We are looking at the entire nation. Wherever these challenges continue to persist, we are determined to address them. But in the long run, we want to see improved delivery of gas so that as we commission these plants, we can have a remarkable improvement in gas delivery. Kumasi would eventually become a generation hub because we are looking at the Ameri plants here, we are looking at the Senate plants here, and we are looking at the AXA plants here. If you put all that together, you could be hitting close to about 700 megawatts of power delivery from within Kumasi. And that is very, very monumental. And so let me thank all the engineers and thank you, the media in particular, for spending the whole day with us. We'll keep monitoring the situation. Challenges are sometimes bound to happen. But as minister, our duty is that when we have the challenges, we swiftly move in to improve that. And I learned something very important from the regional minister, is that the Kumasi area here, you must improve your communication. If you are going to switch from one transformer to the other, naturally, you're going to have some challenges. It's important that you pre-inform consumers and customers so that when that happens, there wouldn't be any panic. They will know that it's a temporal issue and that will be resolved in the shortest possible time. Particularly ECG, when you are going to do your routine or what you call regular maintenance, you know in advance that some areas will go off. It's only proper that you inform affected customers so that they can plan their lives around that. But ultimately, what we seek to achieve is that even when you are undertaking maintenance works, there should be a fallback position so that you will continue to supply power. Thank you very much, and God bless us.
Thank you very much.